Yeah, I think one of the hardest things about coming up with the leaping off point for Titans of Terror as a maze was, what's the facade going to be? Because, you know, obviously if you're doing, you know, Freddy Krueger, it's the boiler room. If you're doing Leatherface, it's either the house or the meat packing plant. If you're doing Jason, it's Camp Crystal Lake. But obviously none of those on their own would make sense as the facade of a maze that involves all the characters. So where we finally landed, after thinking about it a long time, is home haunts. You know, honestly, I started out, you know, building haunted houses in my parents' house, and I thought, well, what if there's a kid who's like the ultimate fan of these movies, and you know, maybe he's 10 or 12 years old, and he's got his parents' front yard, and he's building his own haunted house for Halloween. But then, you know, as fate would have it, the weather intervenes, and it's lightning and thunder and rain, and his home haunt gets ruined. And so he has to take it inside, and you know, we're going to go inside his bedroom and see him, you know, with all his, you know, toys and posters and every possible consumer product we can find for those characters. But he's also watching, you know, a horror movie marathon of Freddy, Jason, and Leatherface. And you know, I grew up in the era of, you know, Saturday mornings you'd have every town had this local horror host that would host, you know, horror movies. So I wanted to create my own version of that. I'm going to be filming him next week, actually. I'm going to play it. But we thought it would be kind of a cool leaping off point, and then you kind of go through the kid's closet, and then you enter the nightmare that the kid's having when he falls asleep. So that's kind of the leaping off point for the maze.